Alright, welcome to High Spots Incorporated. I am Dale.
And I am Paul.
And today we'll be reviewing both NXT Takeover Brooklyn and the SummerSlam pay-per-view.
Alright, so we'll start with Takeover. So we kicked off the night with Jushin Thunder Liger's WWE debut.
Yep, he was up against Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, so this match was it was pretty basic as far as like just Liger doing his
famous moves and whatnot.
Pretty much. I mean, Breeze had a pretty good showing in this match.
Yeah, he did well. He
didn't look horrible coming out of it, which was good.
He definitely should have gotten the win in this one.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I mean, I can understand the nostalgic fans, you know, saying that Liger shouldn't lose in his like probably one and only match in WWE. But how does it hurt him?
It doesn't. You can't hurt a 30-year legendary career with one pinfall loss.
International legend.
International legend.
Like, he's a legend in New Japan, he's a legend in Ring of Honor, WCW back in the day.
Yeah, no amount of losses will change that.
And can you imagine how much more over Tyler Breeze would have gotten
Exactly, like his stock would have absolutely skyrocketed.
Yeah, well, either way, Jushin Thunder Liger went over in this one with a Liger bomb. Yep. There was some pretty funny spots in this match, honestly.
Definitely,
The Liger mocking Tyler Breeze with sitting on the ropes.
That was quite hilarious. Do you want to mention the bump Tyler Breeze took after that monkey flip? Looked quite nasty.
Yeah, with the extra rotation, landed straight on his face.
He landed straight on his feet, which then made him face plant.
Yeah.
Which it didn't look pleasant at all. I thought he broke his nose, to be honest.
Yeah, which wouldn't go well for his gimmick.
No, not at all.
Or it'd make it 10 times better.
Yeah, it'd make it absolutely amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, well. Anyway, we had like Liger playing with his selfie stick and everything during
all that
this
sort
match.
of stuff.
So it was a good match. I gave this one 3 MB out of 5.
Yeah,
what it was.
I also gave it a 3 MB out of 5 purely just because it was a really good match, almost a 4 out of 5 match. But I take a point away just for Liger going over.
Yeah. I mean, it was great to see Liger in a WWE ring, but I mean, Breeze needed the win. He didn't.
Definitely.
So moving on to the next match. So that was the tag title match with Murphy and Blake versus the Vaudevillains. Blake and Murphy being the champions coming into this one.
Absolutely amazing match. Well, first we've got to mention that they brought in Blue Pants to kind of even everything up, which I'm personally not a fan of Blue Pants. Doesn't do it for me. I don't get it at all, to be honest.
I was only really a fan of Blue Pants when she was doing segments with Cass and Enzo. Because, I mean, Cass and Enzo are just funny as fuck.
Yeah, they're just amazing.
They're just hilarious. So, this one ended up with a whirling dervish by the Vaudevillains.
As they call it, it's just a swinging neck breaker to me, but...
Pretty much, but they gave it a name, so it's a finisher now.
Apparently so.
Yeah, so I'm really, really glad that the Vaudevillains went over in this one.
Yeah, so am I. I'm a big fan of Blake and Murphy, but the Vaudevillains really needed this.
Yeah, well, they've had title shots in the past, but they've never quite got there. And I'm not sure what happened with Simon Gotch or Aiden English, but they were gone for a little while.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about that, but
they were missing for about a month.
Oh, fair enough. Big fan of Simon Gotch, actually. He surprised me.
He's very, very good in the ring. So is Aiden English, for that matter. Yeah, everyone in this match, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a very solid match, and I gave this one a 4.5 horsemen out of 5. Yeah,
I gave it a 4 horsemen out of 5. It probably could have been a little bit better, but they didn't get much time, to be fair.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, for what it was a very good match, and yay for the Vaudevillains, man.
Yep, absolutely awesome.
Chivalry. Anyway, moving on to the next one, it was the debut of Apollo Crews.
Who was taking on Ty Dillinger.
The Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
10. 10.
Yeah, you know the drill.
Yep. So this was, as you would expect, a pretty quick match.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more back and forth than I thought, I guess.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Dillinger actually looked very good in this match.
Yeah,
he lost.
Dillinger comes off very well in defeat.
Yeah, definitely.
He does well.
Definitely. He's definitely someone that NXT need to keep their eye on.
Yeah, and so Apollo Crews went over in this one with the gorilla press into standing moonsault.
Yep. Which, one thing I want to mention about that is, if any of you guys have seen any of his indie work, you would know that he usually follows that moonsault up with a standing shooting star press, which I'm quite disappointed he didn't do. Which it would have been fucking awesome. Like,
yeah, but there's only time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's his first match, and I don't feel that they shouldn't drop the ball with him because he's phenomenal.
No, definitely
he's
not.
He's phenomenal in the ring, and he's a big guy. So
yeah, exactly.
Vince will like it.
Everyone wins.
Maybe he won't win a world championship, but
who knows?
Let's hope he gets pushed.
Yep.
Anyway, so next match. Very, very, very surprised.
Yeah, very surprisingly good.
Yeah, like pleasantly surprised on this one. This was Baron Corbin versus Samoa Joe.
Yeah, usually Corbin puts on absolutely terrible matches when they don't go for any more than 20... Well, when they go for more than 20 seconds.
I think that literally this was his longest match by about 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was, but he also actually put on a very good showing, even though Joe did carry him through most of the match.
Yeah, I'll say that Joe carried the match for the most part, but I was expecting it to be 100% Joe.
Yeah, me too.
And you guys saw my prediction video, and I predicted an absolute squash match. I was hoping that Joe just choked him out immediately.
No, well, I'm actually glad that it didn't happen, because it actually showed that Baron Corbin is improving and is actually getting better and could possibly quite possibly be a star in the future.
Yeah, well, it got him a little bit more respect in my eyes.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
Definitely don't hate him as much.
Yep. Joe went over on this one with the Kikina clutch, or the rear naked choke, as I call it.
Whatever you want to call it. He choked him out.
Yep, choked him out.
And he passed out rather than tapped out. So,
I did like the pin reversal into the choke though. That was absolutely awesome.
Yeah, that was seamless.
Yeah, it was great.
And the fact that Corbin actually helped pull that off cleanly.
I know. I'm surprised he managed to do that.
It was very, very good.
So moving on.
Yeah. So.
No, we didn't rate this one.
No, we didn't. So. You know what? I'm going to be generous. It was a 4.5 for Horseman out of 5, considering I thought it was going to be an absolute snore fest.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 Horseman out of 5 because, as Paul said, thought it was going to be a snore fest. It was surprisingly great.
Yeah. Corbin was impressive, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Very happy with him.
All right, moving on to the next match, which in my opinion was match of the night.
In my opinion, it's the best match since the Triple Threat at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was absolutely spectacular.
And that is saying a lot, guys, considering it's not only a women's match, which they usually they get more time in NXT, but still they're not they're not the main event.
Yeah, they never have really been the main event.
But without a doubt, they stole the show.
Definitely,
absolutely stole the show.
It was absolutely immaculate match.
Yeah, I'm giving that a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I also...
No, actually, fuck it. I'm giving that a holy shit out of 5.
See, I don't think I'll quite go that far, but I'll definitely give it a 5 out of 5.
I'll be sorely disappointed if that's not in the Slammy Award for Match of the Year.
I hope so.
I'll be very, very disappointed.
I hope they include NXT matches in that.
Well, they should.
Yeah, they should, definitely.
Well, it'll be all NXT probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Bayley went over in this one with
Bayley to Belly.
Bayley to Belly.
Love the name of that.
Yeah, I love it. But I think the commentators screwed it up. At one point they said it was a Bayley to Bayley. Which makes no fucking sense, guys.
It's good because even with that name you can kind of name the reversal, because that could be a Belly to Bayley if someone turned around and did it to her.
I didn't think of that. That's good. Alright, yeah, so I really can't say enough for that match. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And they had the little curtain call moment.
Yeah, definitely. That was amazing. It's good to see that sort of stuff happening.
Kind of a bit of a goosebump moment.
Yeah.
Considering, the 4 horsewomen of NXT or whatever they called themselves.
Yeah, I can't remember, but...
I'm pretty sure it was the 4 horsewomen. But, yeah. So that was absolutely phenomenal. And we moved on to the main event of the evening. So Kevin Owens challenged Finn Balor in a ladder match for the NXT title.
Yeah, this match was a really solid match. Very high impact in a lot of places. A couple big spots.
Yeah, Kevin Owens took some fucking crazy bumps.
Yeah, What was it?
He went for the fisherman suplex and ended up getting pushed off onto the bridge ladder.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
That looked like he fucking died.
No shit.
Yeah, and he did his cannonball thing onto the ladder, and
yeah, all that. Yeah,
it was pretty crazy. And then it ended up with Finn Balor doing a coup de grace
off the ladder.
Off of the ladder,
which looked very painful. I don't know how you meant to.
I don't know how you take that.
I don't know, because you're literally just getting stomped in the chest.
If anyone knows how they take away from the impact of that, let me know. Because I genuinely think that Kevin Owens should have internal bleeding.
Yeah,
after
he should have broken ribs at least.
Yeah, well, so I mean, at first I kind of thought, the ladder match could have been a lot better, but I think I hyped it up to a level where it couldn't actually live up to it.
And it probably doesn't help that Bayley and Sasha Banks was before that.
Yeah, you can't top that match.
No.
Even if it is a ladder match.
Well, you can, but it's going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah, none of them would have walked out if they topped it.
No,
so
they'd be dead.
Yeah, probably. So, I gave that a 3.5 MB out of 5.
I gave that a 4 Horsemen out of 5.
It just seemed it was very hard to live up to, being the main event.
At the time, it seemed very lackluster, but now you go back and think about it, it was actually a really good match.
Yeah,
you can't complain.
So what are you rating Takeover
as a whole? I give it a 4.5 Horsemen out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.5 Horsemen out of 5 as well. It was a phenomenal show.
Right.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And the good thing is that it was on the network, so it ran 20 minutes overtime.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about it.
No, because they own the fucking network.
As opposed to SummerSlam, which actually it didn't even go for 4 hours.
No?
No, it went for 3 hours 40 minutes.
Oh, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, well, I didn't notice.
Yeah, that 4th hour for no reason, really.
Oh, it was just in case Undertaker took a long time to get to the ring.
Which he usually does.
Yeah. Alright, so moving on to SummerSlam itself. We kicked off the show with Mick Foley coming out, doing a bit of a segment with Jon Stewart.
Yeah, which was quite hilarious. Him mishearing Rock's name for Rock.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that.
And how Jon Stewart's like, you, the hardcore legend, you can't be afraid of Brock Lesnar. And then he's just like, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
I'm terrified
of Brock Lesnar.
Which you can't blame him because, as he said, he took the bump off a Hell in a Cell 17 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, he's no spring chicken anymore.
I'm pretty sure Jon Stewart would have noticed all the limping to the ring.
Yeah, and that's not a new thing.
No, not a new thing at all.
Yeah, Foley's put himself through fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
Yeah, he deserves the utmost respect.
The fact that he's still a normal thinking person.
And the fact that he can still walk.
Yeah, that's
at all.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get past that. So the first match of the night was Randy Orton and Sheamus.
Yeah, this match was surprisingly very good. Very good match to kick off SummerSlam. It got the whole feel of the show going.
Yeah, considering it was the 203 match.
Yeah,
it was very good. I started the match thinking there is nothing that they can do that I have not seen them do.
And they did some things, like that little spot where Sheamus pulled himself up to the top rope.
That was brilliant.
And then Orton got caught him with the DDT. That was absolutely amazing.
That was very, very good. And I loved the finish to this match, actually.
Yeah, how he hit him with 2 brogue kicks.
Yeah, and it looked usually when people go for a kick in the corner, it gets reversed.
Yeah, usually, but it didn't.
Randy just got smothered in the corner.
Yeah, it looked pretty intense.
Then bounced back and got another brogue.
Yeah, I quite liked this match. Quite liked the finish. I feel it made Sheamus look really good.
Yeah, Sheamus is starting to grow on me.
I'm glad.
I wasn't a fan. I still think he looks stupid.
The mohawk looks stupid, but I don't know. I like something about the beard thing. It looks cool.
I like how he's playing up on it though.
Yeah, definitely.
He's playing a respect the hawk, man.
Yes,
respect the hawk. Yeah. So it was a good match for what it was. Pretty much, it kind of gave away a bit of the rest of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you kind of knew once Sheamus won, he wasn't going to catch in.
Yeah, it was that decision was riding on that match. So
definitely.
Gave that away. But anyway, so yeah, it's a pretty solid match.
Yep. Alright, next we move on to the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match with the Matadors versus New Day versus Lucha Dragons versus Primetime Players.
Alright, we have to mention, before we actually talk about the match, the New Day. before it
Oh my god.
with their rendition of New York.
It was one of the funniest things I have seen in a long, long time.
I think New Day are just like one of the funniest things I've seen in a long, long time.
New Day are absolutely amazing. They've really grown on me too. They've gone from me legitimately hating them to they're awesome heels. Give me more.
Yeah, fantastic heels. Even the Brooklyn crowd like kind of went from like they weren't getting cheered when they first came out. They got a bit of a pop, and then when they actually came out, there was a bit of boos, and then after a minute or two of that segment, they completely changed their opinion.
Yeah, I think the crowd was actually in a New Day Rocks chant.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
At the end. And I think kind of there was a bit half and half at the at the start.
Yeah, definitely.
It didn't sound like sucks.
Well, the match itself was actually really, really good match.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
As I've heard someone else mention, best way of describing it was chaotic goodness.
Yeah, pretty much. And one thing I wanted to point out, the whole outlaw rule, where like, you know, you can tag in the member of your own team and try and pin each other. Like, I don't mind the fact that they brought that up.
Yeah, I like that they brought that up, but
yeah, I can understand, like, yeah, they brought that up, but there's no logic in the fact that it happened once and then they never did it.
Yeah,
again.
like if you really wanted to exploit it, you'd just tag yourself in and then just get your teammate in a headlock and then tap instantly. It's the quickest way to do it instead of waiting for the 3 count.
Yeah, or just get counted out or something.
Yeah, all that. No, there aren't.
No, titles wouldn't show chance. Fair enough.
And it's a fatal 4-way, so there are no count outs.
Oh, true. That was stupid. Anyway, but New Day were like so on top of their shit.
Yeah, they were absolutely amazing.
Like, I mean, Big E with the big splash on the apron.
Yeah.
I think it was Darren Young who took that.
Yep, Darren Young took that. There was the spear to the outside that Darren Young also took.
Yeah, that was mental.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean,
he didn't look like he landed very well either.
I mean, we've seen Big E do that before, but I don't know. There's just something about it.
It just seemed really good in that
instance.
And the Lucha Dragons look like crap.
Yeah, they look terrible. I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure Kalisto botched a dive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
And I think they ended up taking the fall.
Yeah, I believe they did.
Yeah. So, I don't know what's happening with the Lucha Dragons, but hopefully that stops. But I think we can both safely say that we're very glad that the New Day are tag champs
definitely.
again.
Definitely.
Because they're the best thing in the tag team division.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it wasn't Lucha Dragons who won, then New Day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No doubt.
Because New Day rocks.
New Day rocks.
No, I just let you do that one by yourself. Anyway, and have to mention the celebration from Kofi.
Absolutely perfect. Like,
yeah, and then the celebration from all three afterwards.
yeah, Big E's dancing is just absolutely hilarious.
Like, that made the match.
Definitely.
Just New Day made the match.
Yeah.
That was a New Day segment. It wasn't a tag match.
Alright, well, I gave that match a 4.5 horsemen out of 5. I would have given it a 5, but, you know, the Lucha Dragons didn't really have a good showing, and that kind of put it down for me a bit. But besides that, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and pretty much for the same reasons, I'll give it a 4 horsemen out of 5. It was a very good match, but the booking in the match could have been a bit better.
Alright, next up we have Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, this match I didn't really like that much. It didn't really make Ziggler look any good at all. In fact, he looked pretty terrible.
He kind of looked like crap in that
Which
match.
I didn't even think was possible to make Ziggler look terrible.
Rusev had a very good showing.
Yeah,
in this
Rusev
match.
was looked really strong. They booked him very well in
like
this match.
super athletic.
Yeah.
Like he did that the like rolling senton kind of not rolling senton, like just standing senton basically.
Yeah.
That was pretty mental. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the double count out finish.
No, not at all.
Like, I mean, it's SummerSlam, guys. Like, that's the show where you get the payoff. It's not where you set up for the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, I understand you want to keep the feud going, but come on.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Don't get it.
Yeah. So, I'm going to give that a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I gave that a 1
the
as
one
well.
Billy Gunn
yeah,
out
the
of 5.
one Billy Gunn.
Yeah, sounds better than it should.
Yeah.
Alright, next we had the Stardust and King Barrett versus Stephen Amell and Neville.
No, this really surprised me. Amell put on a really good match. he didn't really know how to sell very well, and he couldn't deliver kicks that well. But you could tell he wasn't afraid to take a bump and wasn't afraid to lose his feet.
He took a beating.
Yeah, he really did.
He was in there more than ever.
Yeah, and that dive he did from the top rope to the outside, that surprised me.
Actually, quite good.
Yeah, he did that very well.
Yeah, just generally in the match, he was pretty good. Like, I mean, even some of the reversals and stuff that he did.
Yeah, they were pretty decent.
Yeah, like he pretty much looked like a new wrestler.
Yeah, he took the front suplex quite well from Stardust.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah. So as you would kind of expect, I didn't want them to win. I wanted Stardust to get a good win here.
But yeah, you didn't really think that would happen.
No, I didn't. Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, Neville got this one with the red arrow, as you would expect.
Yep.
So,
honestly, I thought Amel would get the pinfall, but
no, well, he did the big outside dive and then
and
then rolled in Barrett.
Yeah.
And then
hit the red arrow.
Exactly. So for what it was, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah,
4 horsemen out of 5.
Yeah, I also give it a 4 horsemen out of 5 because he put on a good match for a celebrity. I don't think I've seen a celebrity do quite as well as
as far as celebrity matches, it was very good. Very good.
All right. Next we have probably the worst match of the night.
Probably it was the worst match.
Which was the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz.
I feel we should just say our name for Ryback.
Yeah, we've got a new name for Ryback as Rybotch.
Yes.
Because I feel that's pretty appropriate.
Yes, because even before the staph infection, botched a lot.
Yeah,
botch in general. But I mean, this match was what it was.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't give this match a dumb as fuck is because they kind of set up a Big Show Ryback match in the future, which I honestly hope Big Show wins the Intercontinental Championship. He needs that one last title run, even if it is just the IC title.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that nowadays it's not meant to be just the IC title.
Yeah, it's not meant to be, but it is.
Yeah, it's
which is unfortunate.
It's starting to get back to it, but I mean, like, with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania and
the Ziggler before that, and
and it was like Ryback won it in the Chamber.
Yeah,
it's meant to be like a bit more elevated.
Yeah, they're trying to bring it back to how it was.
Yeah, it's not going very well.
No.
But anyway, so Rybotch, he won this one after
Big Show knocked out the Miz, and then Rybotch just clotheslined Big Show out of the ring.
Yeah, it was a very heelish way for him to win.
Definitely, I found it quite strange, but as I mentioned, it sets up a Big Show Ryback match in the future.
Yeah, I'm going to give this a dumb as fuck. Just exactly what I said before with Rusev and Ziggler. It's SummerSlam. You get the payoff at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You don't set up another fucking match.
Yeah, I gave this the one Billy Gunn out of 5 for the reasons I mentioned before about setting up a match in the future.
Yeah, because like, what pay-per-view is even next?
No, Night of Champions maybe?
Yeah.
I think.
Like, I'm pretty sure Night of Champions is just kind of a throwaway show.
Yeah, it is, which it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, because it's Night of the Champions.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Next up, we had the Wyatts versus, as we call them, Ambrains.
Yep.
This match was actually quite disappointing. I was expecting a lot more from these teams.
Yeah, I kind of went into this thinking it was basically a glorified Raw main event.
I can definitely agree with the crowd. I feel like Roman Reigns fell asleep behind the announce table for about 10 minutes.
He really did. Like, he didn't even take a big bump.
No, I can't even remember what it was that shows how weak the bump was.
Yeah, and you know when you've got to wait for the crowd to tell you that you should stop selling, like you fucked up.
Yeah, big time.
Like, yeah, at least take something decent.
Yeah. If he went through the table, that'd be a completely different story.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've seen people go through the fucking announce table and then just get back up.
Yeah, get up like fucking a minute later.
Yeah, exactly. So, yep. So, what did you give that one?
I gave that a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not even going to be that generous. 1.5 Billy Gunn out of 5.
Alright, fair enough.
The 1.5 Billy Gunn.
Yep. I was kind of expecting the Wyatts to go over, to be honest, but I mean, can't complain with Ambrains going over.
I was expecting at least something storyline-wise to happen.
Yeah, me too, but
like either the Ambrose heel turn or like there was rumors of a new Wyatt.
Yeah, that could have worked.
Or like just anything.
Or even if, I don't know if he's ready or not, even just bring back Eric Rowan.
Yeah, well, he should be ready soon.
I'm not even sure what he was out with.
Me neither, but...
Hopefully he's back soon.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, moving on to the next match.
This was the WWE Championship versus the US Championship in Rollins versus Cena. Winner takes all.
Alright, so...
you want to start this one off?
Yeah, Seth's gear.
No, that was quite
It
interesting.
looked like a fucking white Power Ranger. But, like, kind of in a good way. I liked how showy it was.
Yeah, it definitely surprised me because I didn't even watch some. I woke up late, didn't get to watch, but as soon as I turned on, the first thing I saw was Rollins standing there in all white, and it was quite strange. But
he looked very strange, but I think it's kind of hinting towards a face turn.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's what's going on with New Day too. They were in white and gold. Seth was in white and gold. Bailey was in white and gold. So there's a white and gold thing going on.
Yep.
So yeah, but can't say enough for Rollins in that match.
Oh, absolutely
he was
amazing!
tremendous.
Absolutely amazing performance.
He did like the running shooting star
running
press.
shooting star press.
He did multiple Phoenix splashes. He didn't land any.
No, he face planted on one and landed on his feet on another.
Which I find it fucking amazing that he can do that.
He can land on his feet after pretty much anything. It's nuts.
Yeah, like there's a ridiculous amount of rotation in that. I'd be dizzy as fuck. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't a fan of Cena kind of very blatantly blocking for his nose.
Very blatantly protecting the nose, which you can't blame him for doing.
You can't blame him, but I mean, it got to the point where it wasn't just for the match psychology.
Yeah, it got to the point where
he was just genuinely concerned for his face, and like just trust Rollins.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a good thing to be worried about getting hit in the nose again.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
It's going to make your wrestling look terrible.
Exactly, and I mean, he pulled out a pretty decent match, but I mean, he's been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah,
so.
Very surprising. Rollins ended up going going in this one after the weird little Jon Stewart thing, which was kind of, as soon as he came out, it was kind of obvious, because if you're going to do that spot, you make them think like they're going to hit the heel in the situation, but you could tell he looked indecisive.
Yeah,
and that kind of gave it away.
Yeah, it was kind of like, do I hit Rollins? Do I hit Cena?
And at that point, you know if they're going to hit the babyface.
Yeah, because I mean, you've had legitimate fucking heat with Rollins.
Yeah, exactly.
He was on your show.
Almost like gonna powerbomb you or some shit.
Yeah, and now you're helping him. So like,
hopefully they come out with some sort of storyline purpose for that. But
yeah, well that was a Vince Russo special.
Also very pissed off and insulted with John Cena using the figure 4 leg lock. Did not like that at all. That honestly really pissed me off.
See, to be honest, I was okay with that.
I was quite angry.
I was okay with that purely because the minute that Cena walked out, you knew that he was the heel in the match.
Yeah, in this situation.
Only because they were in Brooklyn, but like, I mean, he was the clear-cut heel in that match, and everyone knows that he was going for Flair's record, so
yeah.
I mean, might as well get some heat.
That's why I found it insulting.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what he was going for now. So
probably.
Yep. So that was a Vince Russo special ending. So.
Yeah, definitely got Vince Russo written all over it.
Yeah.
Glad to see Rollins now with both championships.
I'm glad that they actually did
a decisive finish.
Neither of us were figuring that anyone would walk out with 2 championships.
Yeah, we figured it was some sort of screwy finish.
Better start building that statue, Triple H.
Yep. Anyway, I give this match a 5-time out of 5.
Yeah, I was going to give it a 4.5 Horsemen out of 5. Just didn't really particularly like the finish, but I mean, at first I didn't like the finish, but I went back and watched SummerSlam last night for the second time, and after having the conversation with you, I understand your perspective. It was a very good PR move from WWE. I mean, the guy who just left The Daily Show
has now turned heel.
He's essentially turned heel.
Yeah.
And, I mean, WWE is going to get all the fucking media attention from that.
Shit.
So, yeah, now that I've watched it again, it's like, yeah, finish was good. I'm still giving it a 4 out of 5 because Cena was holding back, but yeah, moving on.
Moving on, we had the Triple Threat Elimination Divas Tag Match featuring PCB versus Team Bad versus Team Bella.
Yeah, so this one was good up until Tamina.
Yeah, Tamina got eliminated.
Yeah.
I feel both of us feel actually the last two teams should have been PTB and Team Bad.
I feel that Team Bella should have been squashed in the first 5 minutes.
Definitely should have pinned. I honestly think Nikki should have taken the pin.
Yeah.
From Charlotte
Or Becky. Either way.
Yeah, no, I feel Becky should have gotten the finishing pin like she did.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
Over Tamina or maybe Naomi.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, obviously not Sasha.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Sasha lost the women's title the night before, guys. She needs to be booked a little bit stronger.
Definitely. You can't just... You're doing the same thing you did with Owens.
Exactly. And I mean, all these rumours of Mrs. Super Cena getting her competition squashed just because of who she's with.
It's ridiculous. Hate
Fucking
politicking.
Cena. Yeah. Politics suck in the WWE.
Yep.
Anyway, next match.
We
didn't even rate it. Fuck.
No. I gave that a 3 MB out of 5 purely because it could have been a hell of a lot better than it was.
Yep, 3 MB out of 5.
Alright, next match was Cesaro versus Kevin Owens.
Alright, and so this match was it was a very, very good match. But,
yeah, it was a very good match.
They kind of got the death spot in the card.
Yeah, between the elimination match and before the main event.
And after Rollins Cena, I feel a lot of people were just burnt out.
Yeah, they just couldn't be bothered with the match. But yeah, it was a really good match. Owens took a couple nasty bumps, like
he took some pretty crazy bumps against the barricade.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
uppercut.
was thinking. That was I don't even have words to describe that.
That was mental. And the fisherman superplex that he did.
Yeah.
Cesaro full sandbagged him on that one.
Yeah, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, you could see halfway through the grimace on Owen's face, like, fuck, I've got to lift this guy really, all on my own.
And then he managed to do it somehow.
Yeah, it made it look good too. So,
Owens went over in this one, which I'm so thankful for.
Yeah, thank God.
He needed a win big time.
Win, Owens, win. Win, Owens, win.
What did you give this match?
I gave it a 3.5 MB out of 5. It could have been a lot better, but once again, crowd wasn't super into it. They were doing Zack Ryder chants.
Yeah. I gave it a 4 Horsemen out of 5 purely because I feel these two could put on a much better match if they wanted to, but at the same time it was still really, really good.
It was a very good match. But so then that brings us to the main event.
The main event. The match too big for WrestleMania.
Which, yeah.
Even though it's going to take place at WrestleMania again.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Don't plug it as too big for WrestleMania if you're going to set up a rematch for WrestleMania.
Which, I mean, I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping they settle it like Survivor Series or Royal Rumble, but
yeah,
I don't see that happening.
I really want them to get this third match out of the way so that it's not another Taker match wasted at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and not another Brock match wasted.
Yeah, as well, because we don't know how long they're going to be around. Taker's got 2 years in him at most. At most.
2 matches.
That's being generous. That's being very generous.
You could definitely tell he was getting blown up very quickly in this match. He was out of breath. After he took the F5 onto the table, I feel that might have winded him.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Because before that, in comparison to his match with Wyatt, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was great in that match. He didn't look like an old man.
Oh, he looked old, but he looked like a pretty damn good old man.
He didn't look like a fragile old man.
He was a fantastic wrestler of an old man.
Yeah, definitely.
And I loved how JBL played it up on commentary that Undertaker had nothing to lose, and that he was a new Undertaker. He was a different beast.
That was good because it kind of sets up the whole low blow situation and the screwy finish.
Yeah, and I like how he was the Phenom that we knew.
Yeah, the Phenom, but it started just being about defending the streak. Now it's about...
Then he kind of became complacent a bit.
Yeah. And now it's just about wanting to destroy people.
Again. Yeah, and getting revenge. And getting revenge for losing the streak to Lesnar.
Yeah.
So, this match was fantastic.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting too much from it. It was...
I was expecting shit.
It was measures and measures better than their WrestleMania match.
For a match that I literally didn't even want to see, it was very good.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad it actually happened.
The finish, yeah, it would. I mean, now that I've watched it again, it was a little bit better than I'd first.
See, thought. Everyone just thought, screwy finish, all that crap, low blow, all that sort of stuff. They really hated it, but I thought it was brilliant storytelling. I mean, it kind of shows that, it kind of sets up a whole, like, Undertaker can't legitimately beat Brock Lesnar on his own without, like, cheating or having some sort of controversial finish or kicking him in the nuts or whatever you want to.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that it's leading to another match. Like, I've seen enough Lesnar.
Yeah,
I've seen enough Lesnar and Undertaker.
I already, like, expected that to happen, and I accepted it. I accepted it, and I was honestly kind of glad with the finish because it played into my predictions.
Yeah, now you seem like fucking psychic. Well done.
I am.
Alright, so what did you give this one?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because of what it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting this much from them, so, you know, I was pleasantly surprised. It was a really good match.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4.5 Horsemen out of 5. I would have given it a 5 if it was a clean finish, but once again, I just don't like screwy finishes.
Yeah, I mean, they have their time and place.
Yeah. So what would you rate SummerSlam overall?
SummerSlam as a whole, I'll give that a 4 Horsemen out of 5.
Yeah, I'll give it a 4 Horsemen out of 5 just purely because the build was fucking horrible.
Yeah, the build, their TV has been absolutely terrible.
It's monotonous. It's a chore to watch.
Yeah, it's literally a chore to watch. Like, most of the time I get to maybe 2.5 hours in and I just turn it off and watch the rest later.
Exactly, because there's only so much you can stomach.
Yeah.
Alright, well, sorry that we ran a bit long here. We kind of went on a bit of a rant.
Yeah, we apologise for that, but I mean, I'm sure you guys will enjoy it.
And I mean, thank you if you've made it far this far through.
Yep, you were awesome.
Yep, well done. Alright, and we will see you soon for some more videos, more High Spots Incorporated reviews. So like, rate, subscribe. Check out Corey Burton's channel. He did the intro and outro track for us. And we'll see you later.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
If you mess with me, you got no chance.